I awoke as the clock was striking 6. I raised my head. I was in utter darkness. I rang for a light, but, as no one came, I determined to find one for myself. It was indeed but anticipating the simple manners which I should soon be under the necessity of adopting. I took a wax candle in one hand, and with the other groped about for a piece of paper, my matchbox being empty, with which I proposed to get a light from the small flame still playing on the embers. Fearing, however, to make use of any valuable piece of paper, I hesitated for a moment, then recollected that I had seen in the famous breviary, which was on the table beside me, an old paper quite yellow with age, and which had served as a marker for centuries, kept there by the request of the heirs. I felt for it, found it, twisted it up together, and putting it into the expiring flame, set light to it. But beneath my fingers, as if by magic, in proportion as the fire ascended, I saw yellowish characters appear on the paper. I grasped it in my hand, put out the flames as quickly as I could, lighted my taper in the fire itself, and opened the crumpled paper with inexpressible emotion, recognizing, when I had done so, that these characters had been traced in a mysterious and sympathetic ink, only appearing when exposed to the fire. Nearly 1/3 of the paper had been consumed by the flame. "It was that paper that you read this morning. Read it again, Dante, and I will complete for you the incomplete words and unconnected sense." Faria, with an air of triumph, offered the paper to Dante, who this time read the following words, traced with an ink of reddish color resembling rust. "This 25th day of April, 1498, be Alexander the Sixth, and fearing that not he may desire to become heir, and Bentivoglio, who were poisoned, my sole heir that I have but and visited with me, that is in Island of Monte Cristo, all I post, jewels, diamonds, gems, that I alone may amount to nearly 2 mil, will find on raising the 20th row creek to the east in a right line. Two open in these caves. The treasure is in the furthest which treasure I bequeath and leave in as my sole heir. 25th April, 1498. Says... Okay, another half-torn piece of paper that I got to read as the words are cutting off. Please reference a recent episode where I explained how kind of confusing that is in an audio medium to have to try to get across what Dante is able to read from this paper, as the paper itself is being cut off. Things like, middle of the words, like, my sole heir that I have, and he may desire to become my heir, and but also in the middle of sentences, like, we'll find on raising the 20th row, creek in the east in a right line, to open. So, yeah. Read it for yourself, I suppose. You can reference this in the Gutenberg version of the Count of Monte Cristo, or, I'm also putting each of these entries on the YouTube videos if you aren't watching it on YouTube. So it's the exact same episode. You can read along the text as it scrolls by the screen as I read it aloud. So you can get a visual cue of what this looks like. But what is being revealed here? The final piece of this puzzle, stumbled upon by accident, it sounds like. Faria, in doing all of his research and work, trying to find the treasure, in the breviary that we talked about, this golden book that has been handed around, was basically this little slice of paper was used as a bookmark for centuries, it says, and he was about to burn it, and as he did, the words emerged. I was put in mind of like the inscription on the ring in Lord of the Rings, like once it's burnished by flame, then it appears, but you have to like read it really quickly because this is paper and it's not a gold ring that's gonna, stand the test of time unless you're throwing it into Mordor. This is like a one-time use only document. You read it, it burns. You better remember all of the details that were there. Otherwise, this treasure's lost forever. Luckily, we got Faria on the case, and now when the book was written. I don't think people knew what photographic memory was, but I think we have enough evidence at this point, as he said that he memorized all of the books that he wanted to have when he was imprisoned, and he's able to access those books at any given time. I imagine he's able to retain those details and has been able to recreate them into the full message that essentially acts as a treasure map. But we don't know what the other half of this paper is. Maybe he doesn't have it. Maybe the adventure we're about to go on is to find the other half of this paper to get the full map and then get the treasure. You know what I'm just now realizing? I have no idea what the title of this book means, The Count of Monte Cristo. This is the first time in this passage here on this slip of paper that Dante's reading, blah, 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 the Island of Monte Cristo. All I pose, ... Like, Monte Cristo is mentioned here, and it's mentioned really early in the book, if you remember. I believe that was the island that Dante and Danglars were going to go have it out at for whatever that kind of secretive argument was. Oh, I guess we found out that it was like Dante saw that Danglars had some kind of weird stuff going on in his account books. Didn't he say that to Faria earlier in chapter 17? Doesn't matter. Anyway, my point is, this is the second mention of Monte Cristo. I don't know what the Count of Monte Cristo means. The Count of Monte Cristo. A count is a person, right? A person of prestige. I guess I don't know the nomenclature of all of the noble families and people of position. What the fuck you call all of them? What's an esquire? I don't know. But a count is like Count Dracula. He is the lord of a manor or property or an estate. The Count of Monte Cristo. Okay, well, I guess whoever has the treasure of Monte Cristo could be considered the Count. Okay, I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself, and I don't have answers yet. I don't want to make you suffer through my stupid brain farts. So, I guess we are hurtling toward the end of chapter 18. Are we going to be pointing in the direction of this treasure in just a few episodes? I guess we have to stay tuned to find out, huh? All right, well, let's continue tomorrow with more of chapter 18. I will see you here then. You know where to find me. Okay, goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.